Hey guys, what is going on? It's Cal and Sal here again.
Hey,
What's going
everybody.
on, Sal?
Oh, it's just a great day here in California. Glad to be back on the mainland with you, Cal, and just looking forward to the big Super Bowl coming up. We got Brady representing the Tampa Bay Bucks, and then we got that Mahomes fella. Should be a great game.
Yeah, a lot of action going on in the NFL lately. A lot of trade rumors, a lot of action. It's been a quiet week since, there's that calm before the storm with the week off before the Super Bowl. But happy to report that, Cal and Sal, this is Blazing 500, and thank you so much for all you subscribers, all your support lately. We've just been killing it. I don't know what to say. Cal, without really ever putting anything risky on the line, went ahead and it looks like I'm up to $912 right now.
Oh, thank goodness for those charities.
And that's
really
just
going to love that.
The charity's going to love that. I might take one dip into the pot just to give us I'll take us out to dinner or something to celebrate once the Super Bowl's over.
Yeah,
but then
as long as it's unreasonable.
The rest is going to charity.
Yeah, I'd like to leave more for our favorite charity.
And I guess we do owe from the Blazing 5, which is not as...
Right now, Cal, I made a huge comeback, as you probably saw. I took some chances there in the early round, and it took me a while to get my principal back.
Yeah.
And I think the charity owes me only $6. What I figured.
Well, it should after this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look at what we did last week in the conference championships. We, as it gets less teams alive, there's fewer bets. This will be real quick. But the Super Bowl champs bet, I still have Tampa Bay alive at plus 1,000, just $10 on that. But I did lose my Buffalo, who did lose to the KC Chiefs. Tyreek Hill proved just to be too much in that offensive system. But I did make $200 off my Tampa Bay to make the Super Bowl bet, which I was very happy about. I did lose $20 also on just the game. I just put a little flyer on that on the money line, just because I like Buffalo has a lot of weapons, so I thought it'd be a competitive game. But KC played really well. And Sal, you actually took the opposite line. You went KC the spread over Buffalo, and good call there by you.
Yeah, Sal covered on that, and he was very happy about that.
Yeah, very good. You went from, I think, a dire week one where you're down $140 or something.
Yeah, I really made a big comeback.
You're coming back. You might break even by the end of this.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll double. So if
Old Sal has picked up some speed.
If you can break even and I can double my money, I mean, we really know what we're talking about. That's all I can say. So I know that's why you guys, smash that like button for us, because we usually bring that heat, and we have this season for you. But to cap it off, we're going to go with our Super Bowl bets. And as anticlimactic as this may sound, we both got futures riding on the Bucks, and we're not taking anything on this one.
Yeah, we're just staying away. We've got some good future positions, and we're going to stay with those. Yeah,
I love the odds on the futures. If I hit, I'm over $1,000. Started with 500 3 weeks ago, so that's pretty darn good. If Sal hits, he's just about back to 500. We could have bet this game, but I feel like it could go either way. KC's favored by 3, but I never bet against Brady. You never make that mistake. So
you hate to bet against Brady.
Yeah, I think the QB difference is going to make this a competitive game, because I just don't think Mahomes is close to that level. As we saw. Well, he was okay. It's pretty easy when Tyreek Hill can take any past 75 yards to the house.
Well, Cal, I've observed that myself. I've seen very short passes turned into huge gains by that KC offense.
Yeah.
The weapons that Mahomes has, it's really not a fair comparison, because you look at some of these classic quarterbacks, your Aaron Rodgers, your Tom Brady's, who throw the ball down the field, read a defensive coverage, and have to make a pinpoint pass.
Yeah.
That kind of quarterback versus this more mobile, dunking it off quarterback. So it's just tough to make those comparisons.
Well, Mahomes isn't that mobile. I'd say Rodgers is actually more mobile, but I get what you mean, like the little dink and dunk kind of quarterback with incredible weapons.
Just a hard comparison to make.
I'd love to see Mahomes in a system where he had to
I'm
throw.
still high on Mahomes.
No, I don't think he's bad.
I
think he's a fine quarterback. It's just I'd love to see him in a system where he had to make plays, and he couldn't just
You're saying put him on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'd love to see him on the Jaguars, on the Jets, or on
Detroit Lions,
any team like that where you have to throw over the top, and you don't have just a guy who can just scamper from a 5-yard out route for 75 yards every play.
Bears.
Or the Bears would be great, yeah. They do have a couple weapons, but I like Komet, and Robinson's pretty good. But so I think I'd have to see him in a system before I put him in the top I have him around like 10 or so for me.
I think you're talking about possibly at the end of the season doing a quarterback ranking, aren't you?
We are going to. I know a lot of you guys have been hyped about that, so that's going to be coming soon.
End of the season quarterback ranking, which is going to be interesting from a Cal perspective.
And
Sal may actually have some of his own opinions that may strikingly different.
I'm actually going to put some work into that pod, so stay tuned because there's actually going to be some highlights. It's going to be a legitimate, real effort pod.
Cal and Sal have already been going toe-to-toe on the Brady-Rodgers thing, so stay tuned.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Definitely tune in for that one. Probably going to be our best part of the season here. I'm going to put highlights of each quarterback and rank them from top to bottom, all 32 starters. And some teams are obviously not going to have their starters, but we're just going to be ranking the players that majority started for the 2020 teams. And we're going to be ranking those. So stay tuned next week for that. As far as the Blazing 500, this will cap it off for this season. It's been a great 4 or 5 week run for us. I've made a lot of money personally. Most of it's going to charity, except for the one dinner I'm taking Sal out tonight.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
Well, maybe 2 dinners. Maybe one tonight just because you're in town. And, maybe one after the Super Bowl to celebrate.
I appreciate that, Cal.
Yeah, but if you guys are now wealthy, sitting pretty, make sure you smash that subscribe and like button to thank us for our great tips. And before we sign off, I just do want to touch on a quick couple more current events. We'll do a little Cal rant here because I know you guys enjoyed that last week. Jared Goff, Stafford, I think Detroit. I understand why they made the trade, but I'm not a big Jared Goff guy compared to Stafford. I've been really high on Stafford his whole career. I think he's got a great arm, good pocket sense. He's got a lot of dog in him. He's really a fighter, and he's a better athlete than people give him credit. So I think the Rams are going to be dangerous for years to come. Huge trade for the Rams. Love that from the Rams side. Detroit got some picks back. Not the worst trade ever, but I think the Rams were the clear winners there. And then obviously you got the Deshaun Watson. Houston is trying to sell that poor guy. They went 4-12, that horrible contract. They're doing whatever they can to get off him. But
have you heard of any trade rumors?
I don't think they've got any takers on that contract. I know there was talks about the Raiders shipping Derek Carr for him, but I think that fell through when they looked at the numbers. It just wasn't going to work out because you just can't go 4-12 and expect to be traded in this league. Never mind a holdout because the NFL, you know how they do. They'll move on real quick. Mm-hmm. They moved off Tebow off their first Tim Tebow off his first playoff win in years, and he went I think 8-1 or something. That's a whole different level than Watson's pulling at 4-12 with great weapons. So if you think sitting out is going to be your best option. That replacement's going to come in there, and he's, you're going to see at least 8-8 out of that team, out of any league average quarterback. So
you think the Texans are capable of going 8-8?
Absolutely, without incredible. I love their weapons. If Rodgers had the weapons the Texans have, they would have won a Super Bowl. They got Cobb, they got Will Fuller, a lot of really good options on that team, and then their defense is actually pretty good too. But it's just you can't. There's all those third down plays going to where he throws it into the ground. I watched a lot of Texans this season. He takes sacks constantly trying to, he's not that athletic and he's always trying to extend the play. And you got to be an athlete if you're going to extend those plays. You can't, these pocket quarterbacks that even Josh Allen fell victim to that in the playoffs. He took a 30-yard sack, but you can't do that if you don't have the mobility to back it up. And Deshaun Watson's not the most mobile quarterback, and he's only 6'2".
No, yeah, I did watch some film of him. He really isn't that quick and fast. It's surprising.
Yeah, the way the media hypes him up, you'd think he is. But
you'd think he was. I was comparing them some of the Lamar Jackson highlights I've seen, and
no, not at all.
Deshaun does not seem to have those same skills.
No, I just don't understand the hype behind him. But if any of you viewers understand, please chime in. But spoiler alert on the QB rankings, he's going in the bottom, probably bottom 12. I have him about the 21st best quarterback in the league. I don't think he's awful. But you can't go 4-12 in this league and stay a starter. I'll tell you that, and that's why they're having such a hard time trading him and getting off that contract. But that's all I got for today. Thanks you guys for sticking with us.
It's been fantastic, Cal.
I've been so happy about how well we've done on everything. Just our prognostications has been on point. Our analysis is on point, and that's why you guys stick with us. We never disappoint here at Cal.
So I was glad that my it looks like with the Bucs, if they can pull a victory this weekend, I'll be back to break even and. I want to tell the fans, those of you who were polling with me on the Packers, it was a tough loss we took at Lambeau. We hope to be back next year. Rodgers looks like, he did have an MVP quality season.
He's got the fire.
If he can keep that rage going and that fire, I expect we'll see more of the Packers. But it's always hard even to make. There's only one thing more difficult than winning this NFC Championship in my mind. And I don't know if any of you folks are playing any competitive fantasy football leagues, but Cal and I, we in one of our, just to keep our breadth of knowledge up to date, we play in a very competitive fantasy league, and we took the title this year. I'm happy to say, Cal, congratulations!
It has been a great season all around.
I consider that actually more difficult than getting to the Super Bowl for one of these football clubs.
It's a very competitive fantasy league.
It's very competitive,
high stakes, and very competitive.
That does help inform us on our bet recommendations to you fans out there.
I feel like I'm inundated all day with NFL. That's how we never miss on these. And if I was too hard on Deshaun Watson, I am a huge fan. I just don't think he's good at football, but I love watching him play. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for sticking with me.
God bless everyone.
Yeah. Peace.